Evanston Red Devil Volleyball is live on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. Follow the team across the state of Wyoming from the Cokeville Invitational in late August all the way through to the state tournament in November. With the opening serve of today's match quickly approaching, let's head to the booth for pregame coverage.
Welcome to Red Devil Gymnasium opening match of the year at home for Evanston. Sitting at 2-3 on the year is the first match of the Wyoming versus Utah Border Wars. And we are at an awkward angle. There's no other way to put it. It's a strange angle we're at as they've put courts crossways away from each other. So we are looking straight down at a net that is usually, or at least was, the sophomore net throughout the fall season. So we'll give you the best view you can. There's going to be fans occasionally getting in and out of the view with the running track below. But as you can see if you're watching online at mylocalradio.com, it's a straight down look. We'll take a break, come back with a Meet Your Red Devil, Sydney Bound, when we return on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil Volleyball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
If you're a person who enjoys comfort, affordability, and history, make sure you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn the next time you're in Evanston, Wyoming. In 1957, retired FBI agent Jack Dub Mills purchased the 17-unit motel referred to as the Oasis of the West that was frequented by stars like Dolly Parton and Tanya Tucker. Today, when you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn, you'll enjoy the history while you relax in one of the 165 ground-level rooms on 10 beautiful acres. Best Western Dunmar Inn. Reserve your rooms today, 307-789-3770.
From Randolph, Utah to the Uinta Mountains, from Lyman to Evanston. Whenever you have plumbing, heating, or air conditioning problems, call Landmark Plumbing and Heating at 307-789-8793. Regular office hours run Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., but we also offer 24/7 emergency service. Do you need a new septic system, water heater, or furnace? You can trust Landmark Plumbing and Heating. Program our number into your phone right now, 307-789-8793. Landmark Plumbing and Heating. When you need us, we'll be there.
Is laundry one of those chores that drags you down? Let Joe's Modern Cleaners come to your rescue. Take advantage of their wash and fold service. You drop it off and pick it up. The rest is done for you. Or you could take all your clothes to Joe's, load them up into the multiple washers, then dry them in the multiple dryers, and do all 10 loads in the time that it would take you to do 2 at home. Ask about all our other laundry options at Joe's Modern Cleaners, 624 West Cheyenne Drive in the Frontier Square. Take all your clothes to Joe's.
I'm with EHS Lady Red Devil Senior, Sydney Bound. Sydney, how are you doing getting ready for your final year of high school?
You know, it's stressful, but it's going to have to happen, so ready or not.
What are your classes this year?
I have AP Stats, I have college classes, 2 of them, psychology and college English, and tough ones.
Are you taking those at BOCES?
One of them is through BOCES.
And the other one is just in class? How does that work if you're taking a college class in high school?
So there's just the teachers that teach you the lessons, and then you take a test at the end, a college test, and if you pass it, you get college credit. That's
the AP class you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
For what AP classes, what college class I'm going to take? How did you come to the ones that you are?
AP classes, I took AP Calc last year, so AP Stats is just the next step, and I can't go to a lower math, and so AP Stats is the next, and then I'm going to take psychology because that would be a nice college credit to have.
Are you looking at anything in psychology maybe for college, or do you not know yet? Or do you have an idea of where you want to go for college?
I was thinking BYU Idaho for generals. It's cheap, and it's a good start.
This volleyball season, I see you still got the knee brace on, but you're long removed from that knee injury. How are you feeling?
Sometimes there's bad days and good days, but I stretch it out, ice it often, and it works.
I think, was it your sophomore year, like Flaming Gorge or somewhere around there when you tore your ACL?
It was sophomore year and the first day of our Casper trip in Natrona, so I had to go a whole nother day.
Okay, maybe that was Alyssa that was around that time. I knew we had a couple of ACL injuries that year. It had to be a long
process getting back, and you were able to play in both sports last year, but now 2 years removed, are you feeling more confident? Are you still dealing with some nagging parts like you said? How is that coming along for getting through this knee injury and just trying to play through it?
It's more mentally. Sometimes I think that maybe I can't jump that, maybe I can't do that layup because it's on the one leg, but I just have to get through it mentally and then just take care of it and be smart. Shuffling is still coming, but it's getting better. So. All
right, well, volleyball this year, setter, is that where you're at?
Yep.
And you've been setting for a little while. What are you looking forward to for this season?
I'm a really competitive girl, and it's usually internally. You can't really see it from the crowd, but I love the competition. Your
sister Lexi got back from her mission in the last few months. What have you talked to her about, maybe about her time away since having her back?
You know, I always thank her about my skills in volleyball because she taught me, because she was a hitter, and so I would always set her up to get her going, and so I've always thanked her for all of her help, and she's had a great time.
Have you been able to get her back out onto a court to work with setting anymore?
We always play volleyball in our backyard together for hours, and we got back to doing that. Pumped up our volleyball, and it's back out.
All right. Well, that's great. Sydney Bounds, senior for the EHS Lady Red Devils. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Frankham. As a dentist in Evanston for over 20 years now, my mission has always been to provide quality dental care for people of all ages at reasonable prices. I'm a detail-oriented person, and it's important to me to stay current on new dental procedures and protocols that can help my patients have the best experience and have the best results. Over the years, I've also worked to keep my overhead low so that I can pass those savings on to my patients. I believe everyone deserves quality dental care. Please call us today at 307-789-8910.
Almost time for today's match. Let's send it to Coach Lawler to close out this pregame show.
After the week of the Cokeville Invitational, you're back into it with another tournament. First time out on the court, we knew it was going to be a work in progress with so many rotations, so many players that really had not played varsity before. Your final takeaways from the tournament itself, not so much the win-loss record, but just what you saw and what you have to work on.
Cokeville is a great opportunity because it is a real 5-set format, so you see a real match situation. There were a lot of things that we saw that we were excited about. We also know that there is a lot of work that we need to come back to the gym and work on, and so that's understandable, and I think we were expecting it. It's nice, though, to kind of get a check for the girls to see what have we worked on and how did they rate, how did they think that they did. And so we're back in the gym today working on those areas that we need to improve. We're also making sure that they know the areas that I felt like we excelled at, or that we did better than sometimes in the past at this time, 2 weeks in, so they can continue focusing on that and that doesn't go by the wayside. But in the meantime, there are definitely areas that we need to improve on that we're working on.
Now to go game by game, I'll run you through it. You won the first two against Rich and Preston, and then Mountain View gets you in the first two sets very close that could have gone either way. The next day, Cokeville wins a 5-setter, and then Campbell County was at a 4-setter, I believe, that they win in. Mountain View, a team that made a little bit of noise late in the season in the state tournament and returning almost everyone. Cokeville, the returning 1A state champions, and a team that always returns a ton of people because their players play from the time they're freshmen usually in varsity. And Campbell County, a team with a senior, very good returning athlete in Riley Ladke. All of them offered something different, whether it be experience or top-end talent for your team to look at. What were your thoughts about where you could grow, or what maybe you did grow after seeing those teams?
That was a great rundown, exactly how you said. I'll start working backwards. I think with Campbell County, we held our own. The games were close, 27-25. We won a set. I think we were in the lead of all of them by chance. Riley is a heck of a player. I know her mom already said she's pushing her for Gatorade Player of the Year. She took control, and so I think in that match we didn't do a good enough job of dedicating on blocking her. And when we didn't communicate well enough with our block.